My name is Natalie Morrison, and I just wanted to share my story with you. And my story starts out with my dad. He's a cattle rancher, and all of a sudden, when he was like in his 40s, he just became really ill, and he just couldn't breathe at night, and he just started coughing all the time. And that was really odd because he was just this strong man who had never been to the hospital a day in his life. And so anyway, we took him to the hospital, and the doctors told us that he had a 20% chance of living through the night. And like me and my sisters and my mom were just like blown away. We're just like, what is this? And so we just, prayed pretty much all that night, and he made it through the night. And the doctor said that he had severe cardiomyopathy, where his heart just wasn't beating, and so he was going to need treatment and probably a heart transplant. So anyway, through all that process, my dad, he's a very strong Christian. He trusts the Lord completely and with every part of his life. And so I remember just watching him laying there in the hospital, and he was always so full of joy, and he never complained or questioned God or never turned away from God at all. And I remember watching him, I'm just like, wow. I'm like, would my faith be that strong if it was me laying there in the hospital bed? Would my joy come from God, or would I turn away when things got hard? That night, I remember praying. I was like, God, give me faith like my father. I want to be tested, that my life would reflect Christ, even in the good times and the bad times. And so my dad ended up getting a heart transplant and is doing really good, really strong and healthy. And anyway, a year after he got his surgery, it was funny, it was during the summer, and I was just really busy helping a lot of my friends with things, and I couldn't breathe. One night I just started coughing every time I lay down, and I just couldn't breathe at all. It felt like something was crushing my chest, and I knew those were the same symptoms my dad had, and I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of crazy because I'm 19. I was like, this isn't happening. So I kind of ignored it for a little while, and then I finally was like, all right, I can't sleep and I can't breathe, so you better get this checked out. So Mom and Dad, they took me to the ER, and I looked healthy, I did. I was really young, and so the doctors and nurses, I think they were kind of just like, oh, this isn't going to be anything. And so we were sitting there talking with the doctor, and one of the nurses came running in after they had done blood work, and she came running in, and she whispered to the doctor, and he just stopped short, and he looked at me, and he said, you are getting on the ambulance right away and going up to the heart hospital in Oklahoma City. And me, Mom, and Dad were like, oh my goodness, okay, I guess this must be something serious. So that's kind of where it all started. I went up to the city, and they did a lot of tests and a lot of blood work, and they discovered that I had severe cardiomyopathy, and my heart was pretty much not working. It was slowly decaying, and it was not beating well at all. And so anyway, just through a lot of different decisions that the doctors made, I ended up getting a pacemaker, and actually I got 2 pacemakers. And then just through a series of events, I just was getting worse and worse, and there wasn't any medication or any treatments that was helping me. And so I just steadily declined. And there was lots of times when I would just collapse, and my family would find me just laying outside somewhere just because my heart had quit beating, and therefore I just fell over. And was unconscious. I'm really thankful for this I guess, health issue that I did have, because I was just able to really see how powerful God is and how merciful He is and how He saved my life like time after time. And even when everyone thought I wasn't going to make it through, He just like revived me, and lots of miracles through that. I ended up being put on the heart transplant list after about a year or so, and I ended up receiving a heart transplant on November 29th, 2011. And ever since then, I've been doing really well and very strong. My doctors even say that it's as though this heart was born inside me, like it was the perfect heart for me. And I'm just very thankful for the people who decide to be organ donors. It's a very selfless thing to do. It's amazing that a person can save someone else's life. My donor actually was from New Mexico, and his name was Manuel, and he was the oldest brother of 4 sons. And I look forward to meeting his family and hopefully getting to know them better. Before I knew who my donor was, I was always like, I wonder if they did this. Like, I wonder if they went hiking. I wonder if, they enjoyed the same things I did. Or, I wonder if they were a Christian, and like if I'll meet them again in heaven.
Natalie is one of the most genuine and real people I've ever met. I remember the first time I ever met her, she just had this warmth and awesome presence about her that I really enjoyed, and you can't forget a person like that. You can't forget someone who makes an impression like that, and a person like her is rare and hard to find. It's been really awesome to see her walk through her story of her transplant and everything. It's really encouraging because I know she was laying flat on her back, and it had to have been hard, a hard traumatic experience, but watching her overcome that and knowing that she found joy in the midst of all that, because that is the kind of person she is something that I admire.
Honestly, I'm really glad I have my scars, because they daily remind me of the blessing that I've been given of another chance, I guess, and just a chance at health and life and just being strong again. So I know a lot of people don't see scars as beautiful, but it's really taught me to see them as beautiful things, because they're reminders of grace and mercy. Now after transplant, I'm able to enjoy all the things that I used to do. I love hiking and rock climbing and four-wheeling, just spending time outside. Pretty much anything outdoors I love. And one of the things that I really love is doing photography, and I'm actually a wedding photographer now, and I get to photograph, capture love, and that's just it's really what I enjoy, and just capturing moments, because I know how special moments are, because you don't know how many you'll have. Normally before weddings, we get to photograph the couple and just see how they interact with each other, and everyone expresses love so differently, and I just like to see how people express love to each other, and everyone has such a different personality that I really enjoy photographing people who love each other and cherish one another, and I just love seeing those moments happen and capturing them for them.